Hi, it's Steph. Thanks for clicking. This is my second update for Clue Special Panning Edition Round 3. I created this Pantastic Ladies project. It started on June 9th of this year and it ends whenever you win, because you are playing the game Clue, but as a panning game. Each month you work on 3 prompts from each of the 3 categories: suspects, weapons, and rooms. Once you have picked your prompt and you picked your product, you roll a pair of dice and the dice tells you your usage goal. Once you've met that goal, you then can use that thing in your 3-part guess. That guess, of course, has to have 1 suspect, 1 weapon, and 1 room, and if you are wrong, I eliminate one of those things for you. Each player has their own solution that I have saved on a spreadsheet, and maybe you can solve it without eliminating absolutely everything else, or maybe you can't. It is partially luck-based. I was, of course, working on 3 suspects, 3 weapons, and 3 rooms, so we're going to go through how I did over the last month. All of the suspects were in here since the intro, and the first one is Mrs. White. She is something white. I picked this Au Naturel cream shadow in the shade White Quartz. I had a goal to use it 9 times. At the last update I had 6 of those uses, and I did get the other 3, so I met my goal on Mrs. White. This is nice to use underneath pastels in particular so that you can see the color a bit more. However, this is older and it's creamier than it used to be, and being creamier means it doesn't stay quite as well. So I tend to get a lot of creasing if I wear it more than a couple of hours. So I really just wear this whenever I'm not going to be spending that much time wearing makeup, but this is now a rollout. Next is Mr. Green, and he is something green. This is the KVD Super Pomade in the shade Power Green. I had a goal of using this 11 times. At the last update I had no uses at all, and I have so far gotten 8 of them. So that's pretty good. I just have 3 more uses to go. I can have that by next time. This is not exactly an everyday type of item, but I have been really enjoying the colors green and gold together. I will either have a gold shadow on my lid and use this as a liner, or I will use this as a base and put the gold shadow on top of it, but I've been really liking those together lately, and I will just do that 3 more times. Professor Plum is next, and he is, of course, something purple. I picked this lip crayon. I don't know what brand it is, all the writing rubbed off, but it's purple. At the last update I had 2 uses. My goal is 7, and I am now up to 5, so I just have 2 uses to go on this. I actually thought I used it more than 3 times, but I only have 3 of them marked, so 2 more uses on this for Professor Plum. This is more of a fall shade to me, but I will wear it 2 more times anyway. Now we're into the weapons. These were all rolled in last month, and the first one was the revolver, and that is a whole collection roulette. And what the roulette gave me was this Tula Skincare Bedtime Bright. I had incorrectly said that this was a serum. It is not a serum. I actually looked it up and looked up how you're supposed to use it, and it is actually meant to be an extra last step of your nighttime skincare. It's supposed to lock everything else in so you can get more benefits from it. I'm not sure if it does that or not, honestly, but I had a goal of using this 11 times, and I have used it those 11 times. That's where it is now. So this is rolling out as well as a goal met. Next is the knife, and that is something that betrayed you. I picked this Lancome Dual Finish Foundation. I don't really like the puff that comes with this, and I looked online to figure out how you're supposed to do it, and I can't get an even coverage with the puff that comes in here, so I just apply it with a brush. So that's how it betrayed me. It misled me with the puff. I had a goal of using this 6 times, and I have done that. I do really like this foundation. I like powder foundations, particularly in summer, and I will use cream products underneath and then powder over top, and I just really enjoy that kind of finish. So this is now a goal met, and it's rolling out as well. And the last weapon I was working on is the candlestick, and that is something that you display. I have one of those like caddies for your lipsticks, so I picked one of the lipsticks out of there. This is the L'Oreal Color Riche lipstick in the shade Montmartre. I'm probably saying that wrong. In either case, I had a goal of using this 7 times, and I did that. I used it all 7 times. I actually used it 8 times, so I overachieved. I do really like this color a lot. I bought it with the intent of wearing it during the winter, but I've been enjoying wearing it in the summer anyway, but this is rolling out. Now we're into the rooms. The first couple have been in here for 2 months. The first is the lounge, and that is something you use while sitting down. And for that I actually picked a foot bath, like a physical foot bath that I cannot pick up to show you because it is full and it is right there because I just used it. So there's still water in it and I can't show it to you, but at the last update I had 4 uses. I used it 5 more times for a total of 9, and my goal is 12, of course. So I have another 3 uses to go. I should have that goal met by next time. I have taken to using that while I do my nails. So I will set it up and I will put some bath salts or something in it, and then I will do my nails while my feet soak. So that's always a nice experience, and that's probably what I'm going to do for the last 3 uses as well. Next is library, and for the library you can pick anything you want, but you have to tell a story about it. and I brought in this Pacifica Plant Magic Polish in the shade Sugar Sugar. The dice told me I had to use it 10 times. And when I brought it in, I did tell you a story about something that probably happened while I was wearing this. I have a tendency to do my nails to match my Taekwondo belt. So I told a story about something that happened as a white belt, which is when I would have been wearing this a whole lot. But in any case, I had 2 uses on this last time. I used it 3 more times, and so now this is a total of 5. I'm halfway to my goal of 10. It's gonna be a couple months, I think. And my last room was the hall, and that is something that made a good first impression. It continues to make a good impression. This is my Lord & Berry Silk Casual Kohl Liner in the shade White. The dice told me to use this 7 times, and I have done that. So this is also a goal met, which is really nice. I still love this product. It's still very creamy, despite the fact that I think I've had it for 7 or 8 years, and it still works great. So I have no complaints at all, and even though this is an expensive product with that kind of longevity, I kind of think it's worth it. So that means I have met goal on 1 suspect, Mrs. White. I met goal on all 3 of my weapons, but last month I had also met goal on all 3 weapons, so I actually have a total of 6 weapons to choose from, the entire arsenal at my disposal, and I have met goal on 2 total rooms. I met goal on the hall this time and the billiard room last time. Unfortunately, I can still only make 1 guess because I only have 1 suspect. Taru of Cruelty Free Panner is kindly holding my solution a secret from me so that I can play, and so I asked her if it could have been Mrs. White with the lead pipe in the billiard room, and Taru told me that it was not Mrs. White, so I can eliminate her as a suspect. With that information, I then need to determine which direction my investigation is going to take. I am still working on 2 suspects. I am still investigating Mr. Green and Professor Plum, which means I can roll in 1 more, and I decided on Mrs. Peacock. Mrs. Peacock is something blue, and I picked this Ardensian Modster Manuka Honey Enriched Pigment in the shade Peacock. It's more of a teal, but let's go with it. And then I rolled the dice, and the dice told me that I have to use this 4 times, which isn't so bad. So 4 uses on this pigment. My weapons are kind of an interesting story because I actually have 5 weapon goals met sitting around waiting to be guessed, so it really only made sense to roll back in the lead pipe since I had just guessed it and it was not eliminated. The lead pipe is something matte, and this is an eyeshadow quad from Jean Michel in the colorway Accents de Terre 2, and this is what it looks like right there. I rolled the dice and they told me to use this 6 times, so it doesn't matter if I use 1 shade or all 4, but it's going to be 6 looks using this palette. For the rooms, I can roll 1 in. I'm still working on the lounge and the library, and I decided to bring in the study. The study is something that uses scientific marketing, and so it's a strategy brands will use sometimes to try to make their products sound like they're somehow technologically advanced, or maybe they'll claim that they are doctor recommended. In any case, this is kind of both. This is the Dr. Teal's Epsom Salts in Prebiotic Lemon Balm. I honestly bought these just because I like lemon scent in the summer, but this does use this marketing strategy. The brand name is Dr. Teal's. I don't know if Dr. Teal was a real person or not. I don't know if they founded this brand or if they just decided to give it that name to make it sound medical and advanced that way. And this particular scent is actually called Prebiotic Lemon Balm. And I'm familiar with probiotic, not so much with prebiotic, but it says that it's microbiome friendly and helps keep skin in healthy balance. I personally don't know if that claim makes sense or not. I don't know if there's really anything prebiotic about this, or if soaking in it does anything for your skin at all. I just know that it smells nice. Whether this actually does anything particularly beneficial for my skin or not in terms of its microbiome, I am going to be using this 6 times because that's what the dice told me. For next month, I think there's a really good chance that I could get 3 guesses. All of my suspects have either 4 or fewer uses remaining on them to meet goal. I also have 5 weapons just waiting to be used once I have suspects and rooms to go with them. I also have 1 room waiting around to be guessed, and I think I can meet my goal on both the lounge and the study. So that could give me 3 of each, and I should be able to get 3 guesses. Wish me luck, good luck with your projects, and I will see you next month. Bye!